Weekend headlines. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz appoints Ismail Naveen as the new Commissioner of Police. Parliament approves Muhammad Salim and Abdullah Hamid to Supreme Court bench. And Maldives Customs seizes 18 kilograms of narcotics in major airport bust.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to MMTV News in English with me, Maria Milza Massoud. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz appoints Ismail Naveen as the new Commissioner of Police.
The appointment was formalized at a special ceremony held on Tuesday afternoon at the President's office, where President Dr. Muiz presented Naveen with the official insignia of office. Naveen's appointment follows an open selection process during which 3 senior officers, Deputy Commissioner Farhad Fikri, Assistant Commissioner Ahmad Shamim, and Deputy Commissioner Naveen himself, were shortlisted and interviewed by the Police Board. The board concluded that all 3 candidates met the eligibility criteria outlined in the Police Act. According to the law, the President appoints the CP based on the recommendation of the Home Minister, who reviews the Police Board's report before advising the President. Having joined the police service in 2006, Naveen has held several key leadership roles, including Head of the Corporate Services Directorate, People Directorate, Central Policing Command, and Forensic Services Directorate. Prior to his appointment, he served as JCP and assumed temporary leadership of the force following former CP Ali Shujao's resignation. He holds a Master of Business Administration from the University of Southern Queensland, Australia, and a Bachelor of Law from the University of Northumbria, England.
Maldives Customs on Tuesday seized 18 kilograms of narcotics at Velana International Airport in an anti-smuggling operation based on intelligence leads. The drugs concealed inside plastic flower pots had arrived on a flight from Bangalore, India, according to authorities. The Ministry of Homeland Security and Technology said the narcotics have an estimated street value of MVR 26 million. Homeland Security and Technology Minister Ali Ihsan said the seizure reflects the government's intensified efforts to dismantle drug trafficking networks in the country. He commended customs officers for their dedication and noted that operations are being scaled up to prevent smuggling by air, sea, and coastal routes. Authorities have not disclosed the identities of those involved in the attempted smuggling. However, officials said individuals connected to the drug trade will be identified and prosecuted, including those hiding illegal activities behind legitimate businesses. Minister Ihsan said significant progress has already been made in recent months. Over the past 18 months, more than 700 kilograms of drugs valued at MVR 1.4 billion have been seized, along with over 9,000 bottles of liquor. To strengthen border control, the government is procuring a container scanner to improve detection of illegal shipments via maritime routes. Officials said legislation is also being revised to allow the confiscation of assets linked to drug trafficking, and rehabilitation centers are being expanded to support long-term recovery efforts. The government said Tuesday's seizure is part of a broader strategy to combat narcotics through enforcement, legal reform, and rehabilitation. Maldives delivers a statement on behalf of the Alliance of Small Island States, AOSIS, at Ocean Action Panel 4 of the United Nations Ocean Conference, UNOC3, highlighting the impact of marine pollution on small island nations.
The statement was presented by the Minister of Tourism and Environment, Tariq Ibrahim. In his address, Minister Tariq underscored the threats faced by small island nations due to marine pollution and the effects of land-based activities on ocean ecosystems. Small island developing states, he emphasized, bear the brunt of marine environmental degradation despite contributing little to the problem. The minister called for stronger international support to fulfill global commitments, particularly Sustainable Development Goal 14, SDG 14, which aims to conserve and sustainably manage oceans, seas, and marine resources. Minister Tariq also urged all parties to enhance the implementation of the Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee INC process on plastic pollution, particularly INC 5.2, which is part of ongoing negotiations towards a legally binding international instrument to end plastic pollution. The minister further emphasized the importance of respecting oceans and coastlines, which he described as the lifeblood of the planet. He said collective action is essential to protect marine resources for both current and future generations. Beyond representing AOSIS, Minister Thorik had been actively participating in UNOC3 with several national contributions. He recently lauded the Maldives National Implementation Roadmap for Ocean Accounts 2025 to 2030, a strategic document to integrate ocean data into national planning. He also advocated for inclusive ocean financing support for ocean accounts and urgent action to ratify and implement the BBNJ agreement, the agreement treaty on biodiversity beyond national jurisdiction. The Maldives leadership at the conference amplifies the concerns and priorities of small island states whose economies and livelihoods are directly tied to the health of the ocean.
The Maldives Police Service has launched an investigation into the alleged embezzlement of football club subsidies by executives of the Football Association of Maldives (FAM) and companies affiliated with them. According to police, the investigation is part of a broader inquiry into allegations of misuse and external aid funds and money laundering involving the FAM. Authorities confirmed that funds intended for football clubs were diverted into personal accounts belonging to FAM executives and related companies. The investigation includes scrutiny of former FAM President Bassam Adil Jalil, a company he owns, as well as companies owned by other former officials of the association. In 2021, Bassam allegedly embezzled $1 million from FIFA loan totaling $1.9 million, intended to support local clubs during the COVID-19 pandemic. He reportedly used over MBR 3 million of FAM funds to purchase 2 apartments at Amin Avenue, which he has been ordered to return. The case has raised serious concerns about financial oversight and governance within national sports institutions. Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources Ahmed Shiam has stated that work is underway to fully digitalize the fisheries value chain in the Maldives by the end of this year. He made the remarks at a meeting organized by the Environmental Justice Foundation (EGF) held on the sidelines of the United Nations EJF held on the sidelines of the United Nations Ocean Conference UNOC3. The minister said the Maldives is undertaking major efforts to modernize the sector, including systematically recording and publicly sharing vessel ownership information to ensure transparency and accountability. Highlighting the importance of data in modern governance, he noted that reliable, well-managed data is essential for law enforcement and building stakeholder trust. He added that international standards in fisheries governance require the support of influential nations and affirmed the Maldives' commitment to upholding international laws and setting a positive example. At UNOC3, Minister Shiam also delivered a national statement on behalf of the Maldives calling for inclusive, equitable ocean governance. He further appealed for accessible financial support for small island states' SIDS to strengthen marine security and sustainability. We'll see you soon after a short break.
In here today.
Of course, bro. It's the kickoff. It's the new Premier League season. I'll be ready. Get loud. This is new faces, latest drip, and fresh trims. It's time to believe. The greatest league in the world is back.
Brought to you by MediaNet.
Kafa, tiga pocket and the Nokontaga Fonolani, Kafa, passport at the family could gill the GIO. Kafe, Kanitani, for she gill the GIO.
Koko Hasnue, Kafe Dani Hajjan Umbra Plen Nagag, Konkamaka Kafa Haswambi. Ituru Malumat, Elite Mobile App, Adi myelite.mv.
Elite Ailaya, Marhaba.
Welcome back. Looking into more news, Minister of Tourism and Environment Thorik Ibrahim has unveiled the Maldives' National Implementation Roadmap for Ocean Accounts 2025 to 2030 at the 3rd United Nations Ocean Conference held in Nice, France. The roadmap represents a strategic vision to scale up the use of ocean accounts at the national level, aiming to strengthen sustainable ocean governance through improved data integration and evidence-based policy making. Ocean accounts serve as a data-driven framework that compiles environmental, social, and economic information related to the marine environment, supporting national planning and sustainable development. According to the roadmap, ocean accounts will complement existing legislative frameworks such as the Environmental Protection and Preservation Act and the Fisheries Act and the Tourism Act. By aligning with these laws, the initiative aims to better measure and manage the country's vital marine ecosystems and blue economic sectors. Speaking on the sidelines of the conference, Minister Thorig noted that the roadmap is aligned with the international pledge to advance ocean accounts by 2030. He called on development partners and donors to continue and expand their support to help implement ocean accounts. UNOC3 brings together global leaders, scientists, and stakeholders to accelerate ocean action. The Parliament has approved the appointments of 2 new justices to the Supreme Court following nominations submitted by President Dr. Mohammad Muiz. The nominees High Court Judge Mohammad Salim and former High Court Judge Abdullah Hamid were submitted to Parliament on June 2, 2025. The Judiciary Committee reviewed the nominations and found both candidates eligible for appointment. The committee subsequently recommended their confirmation. During Wednesday's sitting, each member voted on each nominee separately. Hamid was approved with 60 votes in favour, while Salim received 61 votes. These appointments fill the vacancies left by the recent dismissals of Supreme Court Justices Dr. Azmiralda Zahir and Mahaz Ali Zahir. With the addition of Salim and Hamid, the Supreme Court bench now comprises the Chief Justice and 6 other justices as stipulated by law. Parliament has approved the appointment of Aishat Azima as the Maldives' non-residential ambassador to Nepal. Azima currently serves as the Maldivian ambassador to India. The motion for her appointment was submitted to Parliament on June 2, 2025 and referred to the Foreign Relations Committee for review. Following the committee's assessment, the appointment was approved with 59 votes in favour. Azima brings extensive diplomatic experience to the post. She has previously served as the Maldivian ambassador to China and held the position of Additional Secretary at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. She has also served in senior roles at the Maldivian Embassy in India and held various positions within the Foreign Ministry throughout her career. Minister of Cities, Local Government and Public Works Adam Sharif Umar has announced the implementation of the Maldives' Happiness Index will begin next year. The Happiness Index, introduced in February this year, aims to establish a formal mechanism to assess happiness and well-being across the country. It will be compiled separately for each island, taking into account their unique characteristics, environmental sensitivity, and social dynamics. In an interview with state media, the minister stated that the framework will be finalized within 4 to 5 months, incorporating aspects relevant to the Maldivian way of life. A pilot project is scheduled for 2026. Each island varies in development priorities, environmental altitudes, and social issues. For example, while some islands favor modern infrastructure like tarred roads, others prioritize eco-friendly alternatives. Crime rates, quality of life, and access to services also differ, reinforcing the need for a localized approach. That's all the news we have for today. Thank you for watching and have a pleasant day.